Are we ready? Are we ready? What? Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I've been trying to fix this lighting and make it celebratory, but here we are. Okay, live there, live there. Awesome. Welcome to the show. Hi, Ice Skate Box. Welcome back. Today we're celebrating, and we're celebrating you too, because this is really a celebration of small business and the impact in the skating world, which I know you're very passionate about too. So fun. Hi, Arabella. Hi, good morning. Hi, everybody on Facebook. Okay, I am going to set that a little bit back. We're starting today with the Skating Success music. This is the music we use for our coaching programs, and it gets me feeling, you'll get it, you'll get it. It's a good vibe. It's a really good vibe. Here we go. Ready? Yes. Yes. There it is. Shar, good morning. Okay. I am so grateful to be here. Okay, this is so fun. Doesn't this music make you want to like get involved, learn something, skate around? I like it. Okay, it is Thursday. My favorite day of the week is also 10 years today. Skating Success. Oh, and I'm wearing my t-shirt. This has our original logo on it. Really fun, also a fun story. Created on my own computer. Random times. So fun. Oh yeah, I gotta enable the comments. I always forget that. Okay, here we go. Yay! Oh my gosh. Charlie! What? Yes. Okay, now that you have my awesome, cheesy, fun skating music in your head. Oh, so fun, right? All right, we'll bring that back at the end of the show. All right, welcome to today's show. Charlie sang happy birthday to Skating Success today. Oh my goodness. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Amazing. So grateful. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie is in the house, people. If you do or you do not know, Stephanie is my business partner. I mean, many more things than that. Chosen family, dear friend, all the things. But Skating Success was birthed out of our connection with Ben, Stephanie, and myself. And I'm going to talk about the story today. I have notes, like grab a coffee, maybe grab a juice, whatever you like to do in the morning. This is not going to be one of the short shows. Okay. We're in it. We're in it. All right. So I am going to start by being totally transparent. Like I always do. It's early morning. I was very emotional about this show. And I probably will cry, and that's totally fine. But when I look back over the years of what we've created with our business, with not the business part, but the impact and the connection with all the people. And I was looking back through pictures of it, and it's like, I don't know, life gives you a chance to be of service. And this has been really an honor. It's an absolute honor. I wrote down some of the places we've done our master classes all over Canada. Okay, good thing I brought this because I need it. Okay, I brought this out. So when you receive an email from us now, right, you will see that we are powered by the Skate Tech group of companies. Okay, so you see that on the bottom, and Skate Tech is Quantum Speed, which is an incredible brand. I'm working really closely with Quantum Speed right now. And Stephanie was an innovator in the hockey environment years and years ago and created Quantum Speed with Vanessa. And it's an incredible legacy as well, because the on ice, like it got transcended, right? You know how this show, like we actually talk about feelings and emotions and connection. This is like train your hockey, but train your mind and your soul as well. And then we also have Pro Skate. And if you're in Edmonton, I know you know Pro Skate and you have been part of the Pro Skate family, because it's been, I think, 38 years. I've been going since I was 7 years old. So this group of companies is about bringing the heart through sport for people to have family and connection and a way bigger vision for their own personal skating success. So it goes way beyond a skate sharpening or a class or skating as fast as you can, of course, quantum speed, right? This is a vision that, we all just believed in. We all just thought we could do and we could create. And now when you see, like I said, an email from us or from ProSkate or from Quantum, you see that we're powered by SkateTech Group of companies. My big message today is around team and around connection and around people and how we never do anything really alone. And Stephanie had to remind me that last night. And you know what? It was a really great reminder of all the things that we've created. ProSkate, hi. I don't know who's there. I hope it's lots of people. I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm celebrating this. And really, this is just the power of making these stands in your life. And I've written down, you guys, for 10 years together, 10 years of this business, there are 10 lessons that stand out to me around this journey. Okay, so anyway, let me use this for my tears for a second. You're supposed to wipe your skates with this cloth, is what you're supposed to do, which it works great for that too, by the way. But if you're crying, then that's fine. We just use that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Love it so much. Oh, Jessica, so nice. You've been part of Charlie's life for most of it. She doesn't remember life without skating success. Oh, when she talks about her family, she talks about her skating family, and you're part of that list. I can't be more grateful to have this connection with you and to have such strong inspirational role models for Charlie and me. Okay. Oh, I love you guys. It's going to be a long show. Okay. Right back at you. I'm so honored. So honored. Oh, okay. The story started with a seed, just a seed that God planted. It was like, what if we didn't have to do this the way everybody else has done it? What if a skating seminar, a figure skating seminar, could really be athlete focused and a circle of support for coaches? I had been to so many seminars where they were fun and they were informative, but I felt really like I was on the outside looking in. And I felt like, maybe the coaches, even though they didn't really mean to be, there was a talking at me, like I know these things and I'm talking at you, but not a feeling of inclusivity. And with this sport being so already individualized, which is really, really cool, I felt like sometimes these moments were separating us and pulling us a little bit apart. And I wanted to know, I was so curious. And Stephanie and Ben and I sat down with this question and we just brainstormed, like, what is possible? If we could do anything, like if we just went clean slate and just decided, what could we do? And I guess I wish we would have videoed this. Stephanie, Ben, if you're remembering this with me, we were at the Shangri-La, Stephanie and Patrick is her husband, owner of ProSkate. Sorry, Patrick, shout out. This is like literally the funny thing about this is we're so organic when we create. It's like we're all involved and we're all like throwing ideas at the wall. And it's really cool that I'm in front of these windows because the scene was like this, right? These tall windows. If you guys don't know, the Shangri-La is a hotel in Vancouver. And Stephanie and Patrick were living in one of the beautiful suites quite high up. So the windows and the magnificence of the perspective, right? So when you have perspective in life and it gets shifted to something that's bigger, like you go to the big competition for the first time, you're like, whoa, oh my gosh, the setup, like they black out the boards or they do something that's more sort of professional, right? And it just shifts your perspective. And that's how I would feel whenever I was in that space. And the windows like this were just open to a beautiful vista, water, mountains. And we were all inspired. I think we'd had a lot of coffee probably. And we were like, what could we do? What could be possible in skating? What do we want to invent and provide to the marketplace and to people that just hasn't been done before, but could be way more effective? And Ben was doing dartfish and video analysis, which was really, really cutting edge. I know now people use their iPhones and stuff, but that wasn't the case then. We had, only access to people that were really nerdy and into it. And I love that about Ben. And we had been implementing this stuff and seeing the value and seeing the results. And so of course, I think knowing Stephanie, she loves to have a big Post-it note. So we had these awesome, huge stickies, right? Putting them on the window and just whiteboarding. If you have never done this before, if you're a coach out there and you feel like you're really stuck, or you're like, how am I going to make the season amazing for the athletes? Or how am I going to do this? Trust me, pull your people together and do this. Do a big physical brainstorming session. I know that Zoom is great for a lot of things, but when you can get in there and just like dig in. So we were like, okay, what about this? And what about this? And oh, yeah. And what we narrowed in on was skating success is about that individual person's journey through the sport, but it could be accelerated with the results. And we honed in on the axle because we thought, well, a lot of skaters, they get stuck at the axle, right? They'll zooming along, they're doing the loop, the flip, they're doing the toe loop, they're doing their spins, and then they hit that axle. It's like, boom, like it's just this barrier, right? Because it takes a lot of tenacity to get your body to understand that in 0.35 of a second, you have to jump up over one foot, rotate 1.5 times and land on the other foot. Your body's like, I don't think I came with this program. So you literally are programming your body to create something it's never done before. So really the analogy is the axle, right? For every athlete, when they get through that and they create it, their minds are blown. The whole game changes. You're open to a new reality. Your perspective changes. And that's what Skating Success was doing for us. It was such a parallel. So we opened with the Axle Masterclass in Red Deer 10 years ago today. Woo! You know, I had to bring out my skate guards. I mean, come on. These are the Skating Success colors. Actually, they were given as a gift because the guys over at Jackson were like, you need your own branded skate guards. Yes, so much fun. So that's how it all began. And when we were putting together the programming, it was so fun because for the first time, it wasn't like, what's somebody else doing and how are they doing it? And what should we do? We just went, what do we want to create here? And what is the power of that decision? So the 10 lessons I'm going to share with you today, the first lesson is the power of a decision. If you decide I'm going to do whatever it takes to land my axle, right? You decide that, then everything starts to happen in that direction. You will see the poster for the Axle Masterclass. You'll see the guy online who's doing a random tutorial. That decision. And I definitely did not learn that until I started working closely with Ben and Stephanie. And we decided together, let's make a stand. Let's make a brand, right? If you've seen any of the quantum speed stuff online, their hashtag is #decide. And I've learned every time I see that #decide, it's like, you are going to be in a different future based on this decision. And it doesn't have to be heavy. That's the best part. By the way, people think of decisions sometimes as this big thing. It's like, it can just be like, no, I'm deciding to have a smoothie for breakfast instead of, the drive-through. It can be very simple. But when you decide something, and we decided with Skating Success, we're going to make something new in skating, everything started to create momentum. Things got pulled together. And yes, there's work involved, but so much amazing. Now, point number 2. Oh, who am I saying? Oh, yay. Hi, Elena. Good morning. Yes, such a beautiful view. Yeah, it's kind of cool because this t-shirt, Creating Masterful Space. This was from one of our masterclass intensives, which is like a whole week program. And it was a concept of creating the space. And this is the whole idea, the perspective, the imagery, and how you want to show up on the ice, right? So the power of team, number 2. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I grew up thinking like an individual sport. I grew up in a competitive environment. I had coaches that really were like, it's you against her, or it's you against him, or go and beat that coach's skater. Like, it was very individualistic, kind of divisive. And so I thought that was normal. And, there is some value in having your own plan and all those things. I'm not saying that there's no individuality, but when you choose to work with a team and pull yourself into a place where you are now sharing like that, sharing information, sharing ideas, sharing the love, the passion, you exponentially experience and create mastery. And we all have teams, but we don't always realize it, right? We get used to it. Oh, my mom's always there. No, your mom's part of your team. Your mom doesn't have to be at the rink cheering you on. She is choosing to be on your team. And it's incredible. Like, the the team at Pro Skate and the team at Quantum Speed, I've learned so much from working with you guys, because I had to really learn, oh, there's different roles on the team. Oh, we can actually, in the hockey analogy, pass the puck and someone will help you shoot and score, and then you do it together, right? You have an assist. And doing this business and creating everything from the programming to the online stuff to just the great conversations that happen in the background that then empower all of us to do our roles and be ourselves, the power of team. So I invite you today to please, I'm sharing these lessons because I really intentionally want you to have access to them. I don't want to learn them all by myself. I want to share them. So the power of team. If you're not already thinking in team, and you're in figure skating, I want to invite you into that conversation. And I'm very open if you'd like to talk about it later or DM me or anything like that, because I'm still learning how to be a good teammate, but it has absolutely transformed. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the people. So Ben Ferreira, I mean, come on, the axle master himself. He's known for triple axel, known for teaching axle, known for all those things, but more importantly, the power and the passion behind that. And, my teammate, we've done so much cool stuff together. And then Stephanie, okay, this is what's so cool. You can have these two sides and then together we create a triangle. And this triangle was so much stronger than just the duality, right, of the male and female. We brought that to the table, but the duality was then, I would say, uplifted and stretched, because Stephanie has lots of business experience, tons of personal performance coaching experience. If you don't know about Stephanie's amazing week last week in France, she is the personal performance coach at the iStands Academy in Montreal. And they had an incredible week at the World Championships, 1, 2, and 3. But even more than taking the entire podium, they took the competition and made it an event. And if you look at any of the moments from those pictures and videos, you'll see the team in action. And so her legacy around how to be a team member and how to be a teammate has touched my life in so many ways. And yet I know I'm just getting this little piece of the taste of what she can create with a whole group of amazing individuals. And this is happening in figure skating. So if you're out there and you're coaching or you're skating and you're thinking, I'm so alone, please know that is not the case. It doesn't have to be that way. And that is the example. So through that mantra and that decision that Stephanie has made to be in team and to partner and to support and create with people in the realm of figure skating, that vision helped Ben and I to see a new path. And I want to be totally straight with you here. We didn't get it. It took us time. We were like, okay, yeah, team, let's walk down this. And then we were like, oh, look, sidebar, let's get distracted over here. And she had to pull us back many, many times. And that's what a real friend and mentor will do with you. They'll tell you, hey, over here, remember, we're working this way. And that's part of the beauty of being coachable and being coached, and then stepping in together and bringing your team with you. So the three of us, yes, I would say we absolutely pioneered skating success. It was a pioneering moment. It was like, okay, there's no road. There's no road forward. So we're just going to march like through the prairie of Alberta until we get somewhere. And technically, the longer we march, the more it turned into a stride. And that's why we skate. Right? It turned into skating. When you first start skating, you're just standing on ice, right? Which is why it's so slippery. You're just standing there walking and slipping all over the place. And eventually, the more you do it and the more you bend your knees and ankles and the more you trust yourself, the more you build momentum and you start to skate. And that's what it is. So I invite you into that place, which leads me to point number 3, the power of purpose. We didn't start without an intention. You've heard me talk about this on the show. I don't do any of these shows without an intention. I don't do any of the choreography without an intention. It's so important. And you know that, but it's the best reminder in the world, the power of purpose. As we started to build our momentum and we started to get excited and we had the first ever Axel Masterclass, we brought people on side. Sue Cutmore, unbelievable woman in Alberta figure skating and Canadian figure skating history. And she was at a point in her career where she had some space, some time, but tons of knowledge. And we said, Sue, come on in. And she helped us to market and to connect with coaches and to help us get the organization side and our systems in place. And so that we could show up and really do the work because we weren't worrying about all the details. And the legacy of that, I mean, she rose or pulled all of us, I think, to a different standard of organization. for myself for sure, and systems. And Sue's no longer with us, but I know she's with us. She's with us here. And it's everything she put in is still here. It still drives the brand of Skating Success. And I'm so, so grateful. Years later, we got to work with Daniela. Daniela is a beautiful artist. And she is just, she's blossoming right now. It's so amazing. But her impact and legacy in figure skating is huge. She's taught hundreds of athletes and coached with people and absolutely generated joy on the ice. You know, that person where you're like, oh, I can't go to skating, I'm too tired. And then you're like, oh, but she's going to be there. Oh my gosh, yes, I'll go because she's going to be there. That's Daniela. And she brought that to Skating Success. She brought that to the company. She brought it to the master classes. The people that we've teamed with, the coaches, Kelsey DeZutter and Rochelle and Charlene Cameron, like all of the places we've been, Kim Wilkinson, the layers of people that this team started to build this momentum and started to create that purpose. When you choose your purpose, that's one of the most important things about your skating success. The purpose was, we want to actually change how we do this. We want to bring all the information, open source. We kept saying that, open source. This is not a secret, right? In fact, we're like hell-bent, honestly, on sharing every single Skating Success secret. That's why we put it out all the time. That's why this is a live show. That's why this is free. That's why the newsletter is free. Then the podcast, even more important, come to the rink. We bring it all. We say to everyone that's watching a masterclass, coach, film it, take the notes, record our voices, take the information. This is yours. The power of being misunderstood. When you come out and you start sharing like that, people go, what are you doing? And trust me, that happened. We had a lot of moments of being misunderstood, questioned, ridiculed. And in fact, we messed up so many times along the way because we were building something new. Yes. The pre-iteration was like, oh, what do we say about this? And oh, we partnered with the wrong person before we ever got to Stephanie, and all of these layers. And still we're misunderstood. Well, what are you doing? What is that? I don't know. Why are you doing a full day just on the vault? What's the vault? What's a vault? By the way, Flip and Lutz Masterclass. Why do you do that? What is that? The power of doing the decision and then working the team and finding the purpose. When you get to be misunderstood, it's okay. It's okay. You're finding your tribe. You're reaching into a whole different part of yourself and you're getting vulnerable. And when we shared what we were doing, what we were so passionate about, and what we were creating, yes, we were very misunderstood, and we probably still are. And that's okay. This is part of it, you guys, part of making your brand and your stand. The power. Now, this is really cool. As we're being misunderstood, our choice is to what? Oh, you don't understand, put our energy this way, or boom, put our energy this way and go, yeah, okay, well, we're still doing an Axel Masterclass and you're totally invited. And that's the power of class. Being classy. It's a misused or no, underused. That's what I'm trying to say. Underused word these days. The power of being classy, right? Not worrying over here and spending my energy here or being like, oh, Ben, they don't get it, right? But just lifting that energy up and going, okay, cool. Well, you're invited. You don't have to come, but you're invited. And we're doing this. We're creating masterful space. You don't have to come in, but you're still invited. So my line these days is you're always invited, never expected. That's the power of class. The next one is the power of process. When we started seeing the results, you guys, all over the country. I mean, it's just crazy. This focus that we were giving these elements the whole day to learn your Axel. Like take those 8 hours that you would have spent over a month or something like that and pull it in together as a process, as a delivery system, as a layered event. So by the end of the day, you are measurably closer or you've landed it, right? You're measurably accelerated. That is incredibly powerful for the skater. And it was intoxicating, and it still is. I see it every day. I see it in seminars. I see it in online products. I see it with coaches that go, oh, I got this. That's so cool, right? The power of your process. If you're a coach out there, Focus more on what's my process? How do I bring people from here to here? Than worrying about what you should be doing or what what everybody else is doing. Hone in on your own process. And as a skater, you're going to have your own process as well. It's incredibly simplifying when you go, no, this is what I'm doing. This is how I want to roll. It simplifies for you. And you get to be in the center. That's something else I learned from Stephanie. You get to be in the center of your own world. It's so important. We don't have to chase things around. It's like get grounded, get centered, and you find your process, and then you find your people. And that momentum and that energy is powerful. Do not step over it. Trust me. The next layer of that is the power of love. When you actually do these things for yourself, what I've learned through Skating Success, because I keep learning every single day, the love and the respect you have for yourself grows. And when you bring that to the ice, when you bring that to the lesson, when you bring that to your child, when you are bringing your love into it, you have your own experience that becomes way more important than winning a medal. It's amazing. And yeah, you'll win a medal. It's likely going to happen. It's so funny. There were so many times I've been working with athletes, or Ben has, or Stephanie has, and all of us, or all three of us working with an athlete, wrapping our arms around them. And just working with the person, working with the system process, get yourself supported. We've never even mentioned the word medal. And inevitably, there have been so many champions that have blossomed in that experience. So love is a piece of it, right? But it comes from, like in this context, one of the pieces is you respect yourself enough to put yourself in the middle and get yourself surrounded and get yourself in your own purpose. And then that love and that respect starts to really, it's like a generator. It starts to generate all that energy for you and with you. Now, the power of technology. This is really cool. So embracing what's next, embracing technology. From the beginning, what Ben was doing with Dartfish and what he had learned and then wanted to implement on a mass scale was so incredible. And my favorite part of it was the athletes started to switch from I'm doing it wrong, right? Because they're falling, into, oh, wow, look at that. I'm 80% of the way there. Do you see what happened? So the technology and using that and being purposeful around it and pulling it out of someone's body and onto a screen or into a visual where they could draw the tools and do side-by-sides and all the cool things that we now kind of take for granted. But when that was happening, it pulls the it's my fault or I'm not good enough out of the body. You put it in front of you and you see, oh, no, I got this. This is like 75% done. I'm just working that last 25%, or whoa, only 2% left. And the power of that, the explanation of it, and the technology being used for that intention was very, very, very beautiful. And I think that that's something that you can think of. Let yourself use the technology. Don't let it use you. So example, I could use this phone to look on Instagram, and by the end of the day, after scrolling, feel like I'm a nobody, right? Because somebody's famous or somebody's doing this, right? I could do that with technology. I could do that to myself. Or in the other example, wow, let me film what I'm doing and take a little analysis and get a little closer to what I have to do next. Let me get a little more sense of exactly where I want to hone in on my skills. It's an unreal experience. So the power of technology, which becomes the power of evolution. So the 9th lesson I've gotten out of this 10 years, the power of evolution. And I have 3 C's written down here: connection, coach's circle, creating skating. Connection. When we evolve together and we grow together, the whole sport starts to grow and evolve and change and shift, right? We've seen the change in the rules. We've seen the changes in the choreography. We've seen the change in the impact. Now let's keep that going and growing. You guys are part of Skating Success. You're here, you're watching this show. You are part of it. Let's keep evolving, right? As much as I love every single piece of what we've been doing over the last 10 years, I'm so grateful that we've evolved over time, right? The masterclass is never the same. It's always evolving and always tweaking, right? We've had skaters attend multiple times the Axel Masterclass, and every time they're like, oh, wow, we did this and it was new. And then we did this, it was cool. Yes, because we're always going to be evolving and tweaking. And now as we step into, what's happened in the last few years, we're way more online. That's an evolution, right? And you might notice today I'm standing here and, it's just me just doing the show. Got it. So now the team may be more virtual, right? The team maybe comes in a different way. Maybe there are different people that come into Skating Success and help us provide different types of products for you and to you and with you, right? And it's time. It's time for a new chapter. But the celebration of the connection that we've been building with you so far is something that is an honor. It's an absolute honor. The Coaches Circle and how coaches have been able to be themselves and be empowered and then have a team behind the team, right? Stephanie gets the wink on that, taught me that as well. There's always a team behind the team, people working together, working with each other, having each other's backs. The Coaches Circle. It's a circle. Like we actually sit at a masterclass in a circle and honor each other and ask questions and be open and be misunderstood. Yes, yes. And that all leads to creating great skating, the space and the creating of great skating. So I want to invite you into all of that. Hi, just doing a little hi, Erin. Hi. So great to see you guys. So we did British Columbia, Northwest Territories, all over the East Coast, Central Canada, Saskatchewan, of course, Alberta, where we're from. And after over 100 in-person masterclasses, hundreds and hundreds of Zooms, webinars, podcasts, failing on social media. I call it failing and flailing because you never know what happens with it. You post and see what happens, right? Meeting people, loving people, the Axel, the Snap, which is the Salto Loop, the Vault Masterclass, always so much fun. Spin to Win, the spin board, spinning, doing all the things, choreography, edges and turns, connecting. We even had judges come to the masterclass. They wanted to hang out. They wanted to see what was going on. Driving home in the dark and the snow after masterclass with that feeling of what we were only able to do because we did it together. The nervous call. Stephanie, it's Friday night. So nervous. How are we going to pull this off tomorrow? It's a brand new crew of kids. Breathe. Create space. Remember your purpose. Remember what it's about. Press play. So to wrap it up, gratitude. If you don't have gratitude, you'll miss it. You'll miss the moment. You'll miss the performance. You'll miss the relationships. You won't say what you wanted to say to somebody. Gratitude, guys. I couldn't be more grateful. Yeah, exactly. Breathe. Thank you, Stephanie. It's funny because when you start skating, you think that the goal is to stand on top of the podium, right? And then when you grow up, you realize the podium is just so much bigger. There's just such a bigger, more expansive podium when you take yourself up and look at the whole picture. So I want to thank you guys for every single ounce of love, attention, and most of all, I want to thank you for showing up for yourself, because that's the ripple we want to create in this sport and in this world, is that when you show up, you matter. You matter. And whether you're still skating or not, I don't care. Whether you're coaching or not, that's great. This whole space is about your place to be and to allow skating to come in and through you and around you and lift your spirits. So there's a lot of power in that. So I'm gonna take my skate guards, put them on, and bring my team. And I want to do a very special shout out today to every single person that we've been working with, but especially to Ben and Stephanie. You guys are both absolutely world-class. And it's been an honor to create this with you to this point. Happy 10 years. All right. And then just put a little bit of music, exit music, you know. Okay, there it is. With the skate guards. Oh my gosh, so long. If anyone watched the whole show, holy cow, good job. Way to hang in there. Okay, remember, number 1, love yourself. Okay, promise me. Number 2, trust yourself, especially when it's hard. Trust yourself. Number 3, whatever you're working on in your skating success, you got this.